Hello and welcome to our College Bound Confidence free video series. The videos that we're outlining in this series really give you a taste of the key resources and training that we're going to be doing month after month for college bound students and families and a new online coaching group that we call College Bound Confidence Community. So in the first video lesson, I talked about the 4 key principles for successful college planning. And then in the last video, I talked about the success path. And the success path is an incredibly powerful tool that helps you figure out, first of all, where you're at as a student and as a family along this path. And then it helps you map out a path step by step from wherever you are right now to that final step of making a confident college choice. And today I'm going to talk about the critical first step you must take on the path to your University of You. This critical first step, it's going to help you make progress, huge progress in reducing your level of stress, increasing your focus, and really taking back control of this entire process. And this critical first step is something that most families don't do. When you fail to take this first step, a lot of things can happen. Number one, you can get overwhelmed by all the information out there. You're not sure what to do, when, or why to do it. Number two, you can become just paralyzed. You may know what to do, but you're not even sure how to do it, and it's all sort of stacking up, and then you feel like you're behind the 8 ball, right? And that's not good. And finally, if you try to just do this all once or just get done with it, you can miss out on some hidden gems and some high-value colleges that would reward you financially for the great performance in the classroom, athletic field, on the stage, etc. And we don't want that to happen. So if you remember from the last video about the success path, I talked about the milestone questions. And these are the questions that we use to determine exactly where we are. And we either answer yes to these or no to these, and then it puts us at the right stage, and then we keep moving forward. So the first milestone question was this: I know exactly what to do semester by semester to find, research, apply to, and choose the best college for me. Let me read that again. Milestone question number 1. I know exactly what to do semester by semester to find, research, apply to, and choose the best college for me. And that's the critical first step. You need a semester by semester action plan to get you all the way from wherever you're at right now to graduation and to making a confident college choice. And we're going to work on that together today. Now, I've got a template for you, and you can download this and use this to create your own action plan and use some of the suggestions that we've got in place, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But before I do that, I want to give you a couple of basic guidelines and a few words of caution. Don't back burner the process. It is so easy to continually put this off further and further and further again. Last video, I talked about how parents want to jump in and find more resources for their kids in theater and music and dance and sports and all of those good kinds of things, and send them to all these enrichment camps and things like that. But then they say, no, we don't want to get started on college. It's too early. Really, it's too early. Okay, well, what we have found from working with thousands of students and families is that if you do this well, it's not about adding more work. It's about spreading out the work and choosing when I want to do the things. You know, if I start 3 years before graduation versus 3 months before graduation, I'm still going to do the same amount of work, but I'm going to enjoy it a lot more if I start earlier and I can take my breath and pause at some times, and I can be in control of that. So it's not just about adding more work, it's about choosing when you want to do these activities and giving your family some control. So what does a semester by semester action plan look like? So here's a semester level college action plan, and we've got some things already plugged in for you, some recommendations, but we've also got a list of other things that you can decide when you want to do that. And let me give you a couple of examples, just using this in some Post-it notes. I would love to see people take their first official campus tour sometime maybe spring of freshman year. And a lot of people think, oh my gosh, that's too early. I have no idea what schools, we want to go to or anything, and we got to wait before we go. They don't want us to come so early. No, not true at all. Colleges do want you to come earlier on, and one of the values of taking earlier campus visits is I start to understand what some of the different options are. And it actually helps me kind of try some things on a little bit and then change my focus based on what I saw and observed. So even if I don't know what I need, want, don't need, and don't want, it's a great time early on to start visiting campuses so you can learn some more. Here's another example. Taking a practice ACT or SAT. I would put that probably in the spring of sophomore year. And I would emphasize that this says ACT and SAT, not PSAT, and not a pre-ACT or an ACT Aspire. Those are simpler, sort of watered down versions of the real thing. Look, you can download these and take them at home. You can go to a test prep company and take them. Your school might even offer one of those. And you can even just pay the money and go in and take it cold. But getting a good baseline score sometime towards the end of your sophomore year is a great idea so that you can then schedule your first official ACT or SAT sometime in the fall semester of your junior year. Now, a lot of you are in states or at schools where you have to take an ACT or SAT sometime probably in the late winter or spring. And sometimes we call those state mandated testing dates. That's great. You can take it then, but you don't have to wait until then to take it. This is really your choice. And we generally think that it's better to prep and take that first attempt before the holidays, before the second semester of junior year, and then to use that one that you have to take in March or in April as a second and hopefully final attempt. Other things that we can plug in. People wonder, well, when should I be filling out college applications? And this is a great example of the power of knowing what I do need to do now and what I don't need to do now. There's really no sense in starting to fill out your applications anywhere in here. It's really something that you start to do in the summer after your junior year. You'll probably submit those applications here, but you can get the things ready. You can write some college essays, and you can have everything kind of queued up so when the new school year starts or late summer, I can be submitting those, and I'm not stacking those tasks on top of all the homework and activities I have as a senior. Here's one that should probably go in every box: more college visits. I'm just going to put this right here. Go on more college visits. Why not? Okay? If you're a student athlete, you should also be thinking about things like a recruiting engine profile, starting to put out some video and information, and even reaching out to some coaches. So the nice thing about this is it's easy to map this out and to see semester by semester what I need to do. And that's that critical first step. And some of these things are going to change, you know. Sometimes you're going to be crossing off things and putting in new things and moving things around. That's great, but you're thinking about it and you're planning for it, as opposed to this approach, which is I don't really know when I'm supposed to do any of this stuff. So that's that critical first step that you must take on the path to your University of U. Now, in the final video, I'm going to talk about how you can have access to college planning to guide you all along the way, and I hope to see you then. Bye.